Hello and welcome to my video. My name is Devin and I have been encountering many walls that have been stopping me from astral projecting. And these issues, I bet a lot of us are dealing with. I have found a way to actually get past some of them, and I'm in the process of working through them. These mindsets, these negative beliefs that are keeping me back from being able to do what I want. I have learned a technique or a special tips on how to actually get past them. So in this video, I will talk about my experiences, my most recent walls that I've been hitting, and how I overcome them, and how I am overcoming them so that you can overcome yours as well. Today, in my most recent meditation practices, I started about 2 weeks ago, but a little bit of context. My name is Devin. I have been studying and practicing meditation for about a decade now. And I have had many crazy, wonderful experiences, but also at the same time, I've had some times where I didn't experience anything at all, mainly due to these walls. I have not been able to master them because I haven't found the right techniques or answers until now. So here is what I have encountered. So 2 weeks ago, I have a new technique that I'm doing. Well, it's an old technique that I've been doing for a while, but I came back to it because I kept bouncing around, which is not a thing you should do. You should find a single technique that you enjoy doing, and you should just do that. It's more important to get the technique right and enjoy it than jumping technique, because if you're focusing on the main end goal, then you'll never astral project because you're not enjoying the process, which is how you astral project. You enjoy the process, you relax because you're enjoying it, and then you astral project. But if you focus too heavily on the end goal, then you'll never actually leave because you're so hyper focused and so hyper, obsessed with the end goal that you'll never end up relaxing, and it'll be pushed away from you. So the biggest wall that I've been dealing with is I've been dealing with my obsession. It becomes an obsession. Here is what I have encountered. I will have the first week I do it, and this has happened multiple times. I basically, I get stuck at a wall and then I fall off my practice, and then I come back to it, and the first week I'm always like, oh, this is, I'm not going to worry about anything. I'm just going to sit and enjoy and chill. But because I enjoy it, because I'm allowing things to happen and I'm open-minded, that first week I start to experience a lot of great things, a lot of very interesting things, and I start to feel as if I'm making progress. But then I realize, oh, I can actually do this. I can actually make progress in this. Maybe my dreams of being able to teach other people how to do it and having a whole new spirit center wrapped around it and all these big dreams around it, it then becomes a necessity. And I start to obsess over it. And because I'm not actually experiencing an out-of-body experience or not able to master it, I then stress out, and it stops me from making any progress whatsoever. The reason why I'm having such an issue with that is because I'm not accepting the possibility that my dreams may not happen. Here is what you can do. When you are dealing with something of an obsession, especially when you're dealing with the obsession of astral projection, you can't do it because you're not relaxing, you're not allowing things to happen, you're not letting it go. What you need to do is you need to sit back and ask yourself why. Why is this so important that it has become an obsession? And I found when I ask myself in a third person point of view, I start by looking at my situation in a third person point of view. What would someone outside of my situation see? And then I get insights because I'm pulling myself away from the situation, seeing it from a new angle. Then I talk to it. Why am I dealing with this? And I sat down and I wrote all this in my journal, and I asked again, why is this happening? And I asked, not me, not the universe, but I asked this situation. It's a little weird, but I asked, yo, weird situation. Why am I obsessing over this? You are obsessing over it because you are worried that if you don't experience it, you'll never be able to experience anything spiritual in your life, and you'll never be able to have a spiritual business or help people heal or help people experience things like astral projection or lucid dreams, which is what you want to experience and share and meet people who do it as well. And then I sat down and I looked at it in a first person point of view of how can I accept it? How can I accept that I may not do it? Because to let it go, I need to let it go. I need to be able to let go of my obsession. So how do I do that? How do you let go of an obsession? Here's how you do that. You let go of an obsession. You let go of your fear of a goal by fear setting, by basically preparing yourself and giving yourself a safety net. So if you have a goal, for example, I'm going to use the astral projection one since that's what this video is about. Astral projection goal. I have a goal of trying to have an out-of-body experience. Why? Because I want to teach others. I want to teach others. Why do you want to teach others? Well, I want to help people heal. I want people to heal and feel peace. And I want to heal and feel peace and have fun. And so then you ask, what is the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is that, in my mind, the worst case scenario was if I don't experience an out-of-body experience, I'll never be spiritual ever again. Normally, your worst case scenario is not how it logically is going to be. In the actual worst case scenario is that I may never experience an out-of-body experience, but I'll still have great meditations. I already have evidence of a lot of meditative experiences and lots of dreams and lucid dreams. Maybe not controlling them just yet, but I have a lot of evidence with that. So that's a thing. The worst case scenario is not actually going to happen. It's just my mind dramatizing it. So now that you know what you're afraid of and the extreme that is not going to happen, then you say, okay, because you are obsessed, because this goal that you're trying to reach, you're afraid of it not happening, because I don't know what I'll do if this doesn't happen. I have to have it happen. This has to be how my life is. If it isn't, then I don't know. I don't know what'll happen. So then what you do is you create a plan B. And you don't have to have the plan B as a cop-out. You don't have to have that plan B as a way to give up. It's a safety net. Kind of like with a trapeze artist or someone doing a tightrope walk. They're going to be scared out of their mind if they're going to fall to their death. But if they have a cable strapping them to the tightrope, or if they have a safety net that they can fall into, then they can focus so much more energy into succeeding in their task, because they know if they fail, they won't die. So if you have a dream, if you have a goal, especially if you're trying to astral project, and you are afraid of the possibility of it failing, and then that stresses you out, then say, what is your plan B? My plan B is that if I never have an out-of-body experience and I never master it, I already know very well how to do meditation, and I know how to guide people in meditation. So I can master that. Or I can master lucid dreaming, because I have experience with lucid dreaming. Or I can do other things like tarot cards, Reiki, or anything in that sorts that I have experience with. So I know that I won't have to basically, I don't have to worry, because that also is something that I can enjoy. That plan B is something that I can have fun with. So having a good, fun plan B is a way to empower, your plan. So now that we have a plan B that empowers us, then what you want to do is treat your astral projection. Intend for your meditation, intend that you are going to basically, there's a difference between desiring and intending. When you're intending, that just means I'm going to do that. Do I desire to do it? Maybe, maybe not. But I intend to do it. Do you have a desire to breathe right now? You don't probably have a conscious one to breathe, but you intend to do it because it keeps you alive. You don't desire to breathe because we just do it all the time. Of course, if you're drowning, then of course you desire to breathe because you have a desire to survive, but all that. But what I'm basically getting at is a good new method, a new mental mindset to try out, which is what I'm going to try out and talk about my experiences in another video when I have more testing of it. Try this. Whenever you go to astral project and meditate, do that fear setting. Sit down, journal, and talk to why is it that you're afraid of this, and find a way to just tell yourself, I will have a plan B. If I can't experience an out-of-body experience, there are other things that I can try, that I know I can do. And so that makes you less afraid of failing. And then meditate with the intention to do a technique correctly and have fun doing it. And then meditate like you normally would. Don't meditate to have an out-of-body experience. Intend to do a technique correctly and have fun doing it. And then meditate like you normally would. And keep practicing exactly that, and you may experience something. So, to wrap this up, to basically summarize, if you're having a hard time with being obsessed with having an out-of-body experience, ask yourself what exactly, take yourself into a third person and ask, what is the situation in all detail. Step 2, ask it as if it's a person. What is going on? Why? Ask it questions to get more insight. Then, in your first person, write down your thoughts. Write down what you think is happening, why you think you feel the way you do. Then, give yourself a plan B. If astral projection doesn't work out, what safety net can you give you so you don't fear the failure? Something that you can have fun with. If you can't experience astral projection, then do past life regression. Try that out. Or do lucid dreaming. Or something else that you think would be fun, so you don't feel like you're wasting your time. And then, finally, when you meditate and intend to meditate with doing a correct technique for astral projection that you think you can have fun with, and then meditate like you normally would, with no need for there to be an astral projection at the end. It's like, there doesn't have to be, but I'm just here to meditate as I normally would. I just did that as a preparation to plant the seeds, to hit the tiny domino, to make that domino effect. And then I will let it happen. And because you have set that fear aside with your plan B, you will be less afraid to let go of it. And guess what? Because you let go of it, it's more likely to happen. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.